What's going on, people, and welcome to another episode of Too Many Games, Not Enough Time. Now, quarantine is still going on. As you can see, my headpiece is looking atrocious. I don't know why I didn't go to the barbers before I got locked down, but it is what it is. Now, on each episode of Too Many Games and Not Enough Time, I sit down with a friend and discuss what game are you playing, because now you have lots of time. And I've got a beautiful young lady with me today. She's not just a pretty face, she is a streamer. Yes, she bangs out that Fortnite. She's a presenter. You might see her at your favorite events. It's the one and only BitterSweet. How are you doing?
Gang, I'm good. How are you?
I am amazing. I'm amazing. Thank you so much for being on Too Many Games. So, as I said, you are a streamer and you're not just a pretty face. Like, you actually know what you're doing. Like, I watched some of your Fortnite streams, and like, you know, the hardest thing for me on Fortnite, like, I can shoot, I can jump, but building, I don't know what it is. My brain just doesn't connect with building, and you just build so simply. So why do you think Fortnite is that game for you?
Fortnite works, I think, for my stream anyway. I know a lot of people have a love-hate relationship with Fortnite, but for the stream it works because you get so much engagement. Obviously, the cross-play element is so huge. You can, join in with your viewers. People can jump in your games and stuff like that. So it's also like really fun for me anyway. I try not to take things too seriously, especially when it comes to gaming. And Fortnite's like a really fun pick up and play. You can play a couple of matches. You've got so many different modes you can play, things like that. So I feel like it kind of stays fresh in that element of it. And obviously, like you say, once you kind of figure out the building and all those sort of mechanics of it, it's a slightly different element to the RPGs that we all know pretty well.
Cool. So, how are you dealing with quarantine? How is it going for you?
It's actually okay. I'm
gonna bait you up in a minute because you actually cracked me up yesterday. So we was talking, and you got a very random text from someone yesterday, part of your quarantine life.
Yes, that's very true. Actually, my mum decided to create a WhatsApp group for me and my brother because I've come back to my mum's for a few weeks just to stay near the family and all that kind of thing. And she created a WhatsApp group for me and my brother, and she said, we've got a family meeting at 2 p.m.
Hilarious.
Yes, and my brother was still late. Like,
oh, was he?
In the same house. How are you?
Well, do you know what? I'm gonna put him on blast. Like, everyone's in quarantine, and Gadgets Boy was still on black people's timing. I still had to wait for him for like an hour, even though we're all on lockdown.
It's like, what else are you doing?
It's crazy. So we've known each other for about probably just over a year. We initially met at the EGX. You was with the Button Bashers, but then we met properly at the Call of Duty event. Your personality was dope. We just clicked, and we've said we're going to do some work, but we haven't yet, but we plan to. But we've got you on Too Many Games. So obviously you're in quarantine, you're locked down. There's not much that you can do. So what games are you playing to keep you entertained? Or what game?
Well, somebody earlier said it's like we're on tag, which I thought was really funny. So I'm playing Overwatch mostly. I'm a diehard Overwatch fan. I've been playing it since actually before it came out. I played it in the alpha version. So Overwatch keeps me super entertained. I love it.
We see your poster in the background.
Yeah, you see my little tracer over here? That's actually a plastic cutout from the Overwatch launch event that I was, as event manager, I was very lucky to be able to do that event. So RIP to all our events right now, EGX, like you mentioned, etc. All those
launch game, E3, EGX, Insomnia, BAFTA Game Awards.
I haven't heard anything about Gamescom. They're saying they're seeing how it goes, but I reckon that's probably it's still happening.
Don't even lie to yourself. Just rip off the bandage. So, what is it that you love about Overwatch? Who's your character? And what is it? Why has it captured you so well?
Yeah, I don't know. I just really got the Overwatch bug. I love the lore behind it. You know, there's obviously over 30 different playable heroes now as well. So I am a flex player personally. I used to main Diva, but obviously, as with most games like this, as the game develops, there are buffs and nerfs to certain different characters. And after Diva got nerfed quite a bit, I ended up, as I say, going into more of a flex player. Because I understand the game so well as well, it means that, you know, if I have to play as a support or a tank or whatever, like I can fit into those roles. I get the formations, I get how it's meant to, how, you know, what we're trying to do here basically. So yeah, as I say, I love playing mystery heroes, which is a game mode. Every time you die, you respawn as a new hero. So that is like super interesting, and it really, as I say, like hones all your skills playing all those different characters as well.
Cool. Do you play outside your stream, or is it exclusively when you're streaming?
No. So I play Fortnite. I only play when I'm streaming, but Overwatch I will play. You know, I wake up and I play a couple of games. You know, some people wake up, they have a coffee to get them going for the day. I wake up and play a couple of games of Overwatch, gets my mind sharp, ready for the day ahead.
So that surprises me, because you are late night gang. That is your thing. You've got obviously late night gang where all of your people come in and you really game at night. So is that is Fortnite your late night gang thing and Overwatch is your breakfast?
Yes, exactly. I would stream Overwatch more. I'm actually like better at Overwatch than Fortnite, but I don't get the same engagement. I think Overwatch is a bit more of a difficult game and visually there's a lot going on. So if you're not hugely familiar with Overwatch and the format and the HUD and everything, then I think you will, maybe it's not as engaging for people, whereas Fortnite's a little bit more simple in that respect.
Yeah, not going too far down a rabbit hole, but that's why there's been like lots of controversy all around the Overwatch League, because so many streamcasters have been fired. And when you watch a game like Overwatch, especially esports pro players who are going ham on it, like half of the time you do not know what is going on the screen. You're like, what is
as well? Like sometimes it's so fast paced, and I think it's just trying to.
The first time I watched the Overwatch League game, I felt like someone got my face and pushed it in Skittles. It was just mad colours all in my face at the same time. I was like, what's going on, fam?
You see, that's really appealing to me though. I find Overwatch very visually appealing, whereas you play something like Call of Duty, which I've been getting into a bit more recently, and it's very monochrome, I should say, like in terms of, how everything looks.
It's bare browns and greys and darks.
Exactly. So I like the colourfulness of Overwatch.
Yeah, look, you're looking all colourful now with your red top. Alright, so we've all got backlogs, yeah? We've got games that we're like, we're going to get back to, we never get back to them. We've got so much time now. So what game from the past in your backlog are you going to dig into to basically say, yeah, I want to play this?
Well, I think I've got a couple. So I've already downloaded Ori, Will of the Wisps. Okay. And
so I spoke a lot about Ori the other day with Durrani and my brother, Midas. They're both loving it.
Yeah, okay, well, I'm definitely excited to get into that. I've just downloaded Bleeding Edge as well, which is a new game, so I wouldn't say that's actually part of my back catalogue, but it's something that I definitely want to give a go. Other than that, I would say Zelda. Oh my god, Breath of the Wild. I've got my Switch ready. I'm prepared.
My two favourite games of all time is Legend of Zelda and Final Fantasy VII. So I can gush about Zelda all day long. You need to play Breath of the Wild. It will change your life.
Started it, and then I just didn't like.
Restart again.
Restart again.
Now you're in it's perfect. Now you're locked down and you're in isolation. You're gonna feel just like Link. You're gonna be on your own in your adventure. You're gonna be messaging me like, Midas, this is sick, you know. Yeah. So that's definitely
looking forward to getting more into that. And actually, another game that I wanted to get into when it came out, I never had a chance to play it, was Far Cry 5.
Yeah.
I had heard mixed reviews about it, but
have you played any of the other Far Cries?
Yeah, but I've only like the earlier ones more so.
So Far Cry 3 is my favorite in the series. Far Cry 3 is sick. Like the antagonist, like I said, I like story games, so I like to be drawn out. I've never played a game where an antagonist is so evil and so lovable at the same time. Like, you know, like certain movies, you just go for like the bad guy because you're like, the main guy is moist, like he's some idiot, and the bad guy is moving like. But this antagonist, he is effed up. Like, he does some fuckery thing, but he's so slick with it. Like, you know, I gotta rate my man.
Yeah.
5 is good. 5 is good. It's not. It didn't blow me away like 3 did, but 5 is good. So I would definitely recommend.
Well, yeah, I mean that I want to get into Red Dead as well. I know you've obviously talked about that already as well on your channel.
Yeah, Red Dead. It's like Zelda. Like Red Dead and Zelda don't start at the same time. Yeah, they just take over your life. You just right. So I've been playing loads of Persona 4 Royal, and right now I just feel like I live in Tokyo. So every game you decide to play, you're gonna live there. So you'll either be living in Hyrule or you'll be living in the Wild West, jumping on 2 horses and them thing there. You get me?
That's funny that you say that because I actually wanted to get into GTA 5 as well a bit more. So
oh no, I'm not even going down that rabbit hole.
Feel like I lived that as well.
Yeah, at least that one you can drive a whip and be blazing to future and stuff like that. You'll feel like you're on the road again. You get me?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. A little bit of freedom through video games.
That's what I'm saying. I'm quarantined, just like you. Locked up, they won't let me out. What game do you recommend I should play?
Oh, okay, that's hard because I have games that I recommend you should play so that we can play together.
I'm down with that.
And then there's games that I think you should just experience. So
Right,
Overwatch is definitely something I think you should try and experience.
So do you play Overwatch on PS4?
I play Xbox.
Okay, so I'm a PS4 guy and a Nintendo guy. So I so want to play Overwatch, but the reason why I don't play a lot of online games is because I don't have a team. I'm playing with just randoms online. You just don't have that same experience like when you're a newbie.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Are you playing Animal Crossing at the moment?
I'm not. I've never played Animal Crossing in my life.
Okay, so maybe like I play Stardew Valley, which I think is quite similar to Animal Crossing, right? So I was gonna say Stardew is definitely one like
Tutu Farm and that.
Yeah, exactly. Tutu Farm. Other than that, I would say make sure you're getting on Overcooked. I love party games, so Overcooked.
I am the Overcooked champion.
What?
You cannot talk to me when it comes to Overcooked.
Okay, all right.
Listen to my words. You cannot talk to me when it comes to Overcooked. I did a stand up for cancer stream for with Overcooked, and I was just telling everyone how to play. I had to run the whole thing. Like, I'm head chef.
To run the whole kitchen, yeah.
The whole kitchen. I am head chef.
Okay, maybe after this video we can jump on a few games of Overcooked because I'm pretty legit. Like I'm legit Overcooked. Mario Kart as well. Can't test me. Mario Kart champion, right?
Okay.
And other than that, I would say you should try something like Dead by Daylight.
Okay. That's the zombie one, yeah? The first person zombie one.
It's the one where they have like a killer and then there's 4 victims. And you're all like, one of you will play as the killer, one of you play as the victims. I actually did a stream with Button Bashers on Halloween and we did like Friday the 13th is a very kind of similar game. So that's really, really fun and really engaging with like the people you're playing with as well and stuff like that. Otherwise, if you haven't jumped on Destiny yet, highly recommend that as well. You know, I love my FPS.
Oh yeah, I haven't got no time for Destiny.
Oh, why?
It's just a lot. Destiny 2. You're talking Destiny 2, yeah?
Yeah.
I just feel like do you know what I don't like about Destiny? I think Destiny could have been, because I think the shooting in Destiny is sick. I think the art style is sick. I think the community, but Destiny is just such a repetitive loop. And I understand that that's what video games are. They're about a loop and making you experience things within that loop and enjoying it. But I feel like Destiny's loop is so repetitive that it feels like I'm always doing the same things.
Okay, fair enough.
And when you feel like as a gamer, when I'm playing something, I shouldn't be consciously thinking, why am I always doing the same thing? It's like Mario Kart. All you're doing is driving, or like GTA. Like your missions, there's only like 3 or 4 mission types that you do, and they're just repeated. But with Destiny, I feel like I'm always doing the same thing.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. The competitive element that they've introduced now in the new season as Trials of Osiris, which is pretty cool. So it does mean that you have to actually get your like PvP game up. Do you know what I mean? It's like the elite sort of tier there. But if that's not your thing, then you must have played Assassin's Creed. You play Origins?
Yeah, of course.
Obviously Egyptian themed, so we are loving that.
And I actually think it's free right now.
I think
they stopped it. Was free for like 3 days.
Yeah, so there was the big sale on all those games. So yeah, I would definitely say try all of them. It's all fun. It's all fun. Have you tried Outer Worlds?
No.
Okay.
I know a bit about it, but I've never tried it.
Yeah. Obviously, it's got a lot of replayable value. What you were saying about games kind of being in a loop sort of thing, where your decisions obviously affect the outcome and the story of the game. You can go back and you can play it like play through multiple times, and you'll get like a very different sort of story line every time. So that's like, again, if anyone's looking for something to play in quarantine, that's the kind of game where you'll get a lot of value out of it, if that makes sense.
Cool. All right, so before I let you leave us, I'm just going to ask you one more quick question. You're a streamer, you're very good at what you do, like you've got a lot of charisma. What advice would you give to somebody who's interested in streaming?
Ooh.
Throw you in the spot right there.
What piece of advice?
Yeah. One really good piece of advice for someone who's really interested in.
Kind of a double fold thing, but I would say
is that your double fold, even though it's like a fish?
Wet fish.
Like a fish.
Consistency, and engage with your audience. So the consistency and engagement kind of tie in together, because most of my loyal subscribers and stuff, and again, massive shout out to everyone who has subscribed, big love to you guys, it comes from people saying like, oh, so you're online tomorrow, or I can't really watch tonight, when are you next on? And if you can be like tomorrow, or do you know what I mean? So my stream schedule tends to be like 4 nights a week, like one after the other sort of thing. You can create whatever stream schedule works for you, but as long as you try and keep to that, try and stick to it. And obviously the idea behind streaming, if you're doing it for fun, that's great. But if you are doing it to sort of build up more of a platform for yourself, you have to, treat it seriously, take it seriously. It is like a job, and you have to show up, and you have to, be prepared. Try and get your stream into a nice kind of place as well. My stream's not hugely high quality at the moment. We are working on it, but make sure your camera, lighting, sound, all of that shit is good before you try and get people to subscribe and stuff like that. So be consistent and engage with your people. So many times I go on Twitch and I'll be in the chat and I'll be saying something, and they won't have like a huge amount of viewers, and they're not engaging, and they're not reading their chat, and they're not talking to people. And that's what's going to keep people, that's what's going to retain people on your stream, is if you engage with them. And you
even play with your
I open up the lobby to all the viewers and stuff like that. So I've made a lot of really good friends and a lot of lifelong friends on there just by playing with people as well. It's a really good way to engage and to chat with them. So yeah, I highly recommend giving streaming a try if you're interested. It's really fun.
Amazing. Thank you so much for joining us on Too Many Games and Not Enough Time. Before you leave, where can the people see you?
So you can find me on Twitch. So it's twitch.tv/bittersweetam. And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at bittersweetam_.
You are a star. Lots of love, and
thanks for having
the rest of your day.
Take care. Thank you.